Are you having problems with routing your PS5 audio while using a capture card? Well, so is everyone else. This is because Sony only allows game audio to be passed out to a single device, unlike the Xbox, which can transmit audio to both a TV and a headset at the same time. Until Sony makes this change to the PS5, there is no perfect solution for routing your audio, but I am here to show you all your best alternative options. Hi, I'm Christian, aka the Doge Father. I am an up-and-coming content creator, so if you find this helpful or have any tips, please feel free to drop a comment or subscribe down below. You can also check out my other social media platforms down below too. Now, let's get to the content. As a preface to all the below options, also know that as of today, Sony does not allow transmission of 3D audio over HDMI, only through the headphone jack on the controller or via USB. They have added this ability to the new beta firmware, which they just released, but it is not out for general release yet so far, and it does have some additional concerns that go along with it. So, if you want to use 3D audio on the current firmware release, please skip ahead to option 4. Also, I am using an Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II internal capture card that only has a single HDMI in and a single HDMI out, and it does not have any audio jacks on it. Finally, you will need to disable HDCP in the PS5 settings in order to use it with a capture card. Okay, so now for option 1. Output audio over HDMI. This is the most simple option, albeit probably not desired if you will be streaming or recording. For this one, you just have the PlayStation transmit audio via HDMI. The sound will be passed into the capture card with the video, and both signals will also be passed to the TV. The capture card will be all set, and the TV can either be muted, listened to via the TV speakers or whatever speakers are plugged into the TV, or you can use the headphone jack or optical out port to use your headphones directly on the TV. With this approach though, you will not be able to use PS Chat directly with your headset. You will have to either use the microphone in the controller, or you will have to use an external microphone plugged into the PlayStation. You also won't be able to hear any notifications from your PC if you are live streaming, so be aware of that limitation as well. Option 2. Output audio over HDMI, but listen through your PC. This is another simple option with its own drawbacks as well. You still have all the same problems as option 1, being no 3D audio, and you need to use an extra mic if you want to use the PlayStation Chat, but you can still hear your PC notifications. The biggest drawback to this though is that in my own personal testing using low latency wireless headphones connected to my PC, I was experiencing somewhere between 200 and 500 milliseconds of delay between what I was seeing and what I was hearing. This was very apparent during cutscenes and was honestly too jarring for me to use as a viable option. So if you absolutely need to hear your PC notifications, this is probably going to be your best bet, but I would honestly steer clear of this one if you can. Option 3. Use an HDMI optical audio extractor. This solution requires a headset, TV, or speaker with an optical out port. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X both remove the optical port on the back of the consoles for this generation. As a workaround for this, you can buy an audio extractor, such as this one from Astro. This solution will allow you to use devices such as the wireless Astro A50s, which have a wireless transmitter that accepts an optical input, while still passing HDMI audio to your capture device. 3D audio still can't be used in this approach, nor can PC audio be heard. A separate mic is also still required to use PlayStation Chat. It should also be said that at the time of recording this video, there are no HDMI 2.1 capture cards or audio extractors, so capturing via any capture card or using any audio extractor will limit the HDMI features that are available to you in the 2.1 bandwidth. If you do go with this approach and end up upgrading to a 2.1 capture card in the future, you will also need to update your audio extractor as well. Option 4, and the one I am currently using, is to split the audio from your DualSense controller headphone jack to both your headset and your capture card/PC. To do this, you can either buy a cable specifically made for this, such as the Elgato ChatLink cable, which I don't personally recommend as the reviews on it are not very good, or you can go to Amazon and choose out your own 4-pole splitter and a male-to-male headphone cable. If you go this route, it is also recommended that you buy a ground loop noise isolator to clean up the signal heading into your capture device. I noticed that when I did not use this, I was getting some heavy static into my capture device, so I did need this in my approach. So, how this works is you would take your headphone splitter, plug this directly into the headphone jack on your controller. Then you take one end and plug it into your headphones, and the other end goes into the male-to-male cable. The far end of this male-to-male cable goes into the ground loop noise isolator, and then that gets fed into either the line-in jack on your PC or the headphone jack on your capture card. With this approach, both you and your stream will get 3D audio. You get real-time audio in your headphones, but there is actually a slight delay going into the capture source. You can fix this though using your encoding software. I did this in OBS Studio by going to the audio mixer, going to advanced audio properties, selecting my analog audio source, and setting the sync offset to a negative value. What this does is at the time of encoding your source, it shifts the delayed audio to match with your video. So with that said, both you and your stream can enjoy real-time 3D audio. The downsides, of course, include being wired to both your controller and your PC or capture card, and you're still unable to hear your PC notifications. You will also need to make sure both the splitter and your headphones use a 4-pull audio jack if you want to use your headset mic for voice chat. If you just buy a 3-pull jack like I did, you will not be able to use your headphones for voice chat. Finally, we have a bonus option that actually forgoes the capture card. Option 5, stream directly from the PlayStation. Using this approach, you just connect your streaming account to your PlayStation, and you can quickly start streaming your game straight away using the share button on your controller. You can use any type of audio source you want, as the PlayStation will still route the audio to your stream and to whatever other option you choose. You won't, however, have access to any custom layouts and whatnot found on your PC streaming software, and you will need to buy the PS5 camera if you want to be seen. You also get full access to all the HDMI 2.1 features this way if your TV does support them, and that is the biggest benefit to this approach. However, you will inherently have less control over customizing your stream with this approach. And there you have it. These are your options for routing your PS5 audio while using a capture card. If you found this helpful at all, please leave a like down below, and if you have any other options you would like to share, please leave them down in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.